Welcome back to Gaming Like It's 1979. Today is part 5 of our sojourn into Wizardry, the Five Ordeals, the scenario, the price of deception. And in fact, you can see I was playing a different scenario. So once again, I'll show you how this works in the Five Ordeals. I'm going to go to Story Select, and you switch between different scenarios. If you want to download new scenarios, you can take a look at those. There are quite a few of them. But right now we're going to go straight back to the price of deception. The game has a very consistent UI. If you're using the keyboard, L will always exit whatever menu you're looking at. So we choose the price of deception, and slight mistranslation here, new start will actually bring you back into the game if you are already playing it. Now that we're there, we choose game start. And I believe we left this game in the maze. And if we look at our map over here on the right, we are right before a door where we were given a dire warning. And actually, I think we're a couple of spaces back. I think we're right there. We have a few spells going on. Let's see, did I ever... No, I never did get the levitation spell, which is a real bummer. How far away is... Still 5,000 XP away. I don't want to wait. We're going to continue. We got this warning. All right. And we are off and running, which, you know me, off and running means that I'm going to go very slowly and very carefully map everything. Okay, so we have some space to our left, space to our right, and I see signs on those doors. And there's a space in front of us. Who knows what that's going to be? All right, let's walk along the wall here to the right, I think. Oops, actually, I made a mistake. It's there, I think. Yes. Okay, so we're going to go to the right. 1, 2, 3. An ogre. I feel like I could probably take an ogre in a fair fight. Let's try it. 1 stab, wow. I might be a little over-leveled for this content. I spent a lot of time grinding. And our thief is ready to level up, but that's not worth going back for. All right. So now we have this door. There's a sign on the door. I'd like to read it. Bin. Okay. Well, rather than go through that door, I want to go back to the other side. 1, 2, 3. And read what this one says. Treasure depository. That really feels like a trap, doesn't it? I mean, someone labels a door treasure depository. I don't know. I'm going to keep walking around this level rather than going in there. One. So we have a over here. There's something there, and then to our right. That's right over here. 1, 2, 3. Right, and I feel like this is likely to be a trappy area, so I am going to keep careful track of everywhere I've actually stepped. One, two. 1, 2, which means that's there. This is going to be like a post of some sort. 3, 4. Okay. Yep. Putting some. Did I do this wrong? I think I did. Golem's allegedly tough, right? Ooh, I'm out of the strong armor spells in her. Hopefully this will work out. Just had one of those moments where I was like, did I unmute my mic or am I... Alright, so I think I actually messed up this map. How did I mess it up? Let's go back here. Oh, that's how. No, that should be right. Very easy combats here so far, at least the non-door combats. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. I must have... Here's what I think. I think somehow this space doesn't exist. I think maybe the deal is that this door, yeah, I think this door is actually here. And then that means that this is not there. So here's the question. Is there some way for me to select everything and move it? Let's find out. There is this selection lasso, right? Mark tool. Mark rectangle. Cut. Ooh. Paste. Nice. All right, that makes me feel a lot better. How do I commit it? Enter maybe? Yes. Okay. I'm wondering now how many of you out there saw me making this mistake and were shouting at the screen. Okay, that feels much better. And this dude was there. One thing I am missing in this game, and I'm not saying they should have it, it's certainly traditional for Wizardry to not have it, but I'm missing, I wish I had a compass. I feel like if I had a compass telling me canonically what direction I was facing, I'd be a lot happier. Monster Allocation Center. So this is kind of a reference to the original Wizardry games, where the Monster Allocation Center was the big fight at the end of the game. Not at the end of the game, I shouldn't say that. On the 4th floor of the game. It was really a kind of a bar which you had to pass. In fact, I think they actually give you a blue ribbon when you defeat the Monster Allocation Center. So this looks the same. I am actually going to just walk the perimeter of this room, just to make sure that I haven't made any other mistakes here. It doesn't look like I have. All right, well, since I am a little bit low on spells, I'm going to go ahead and trigger the Monster Allocation Center fight. I want to do it, and I could always soft reset if it goes really poorly. But hopefully we won't have to. Hopefully I've over-leveled enough that we're there. Here we go. All right, so this is a very, I don't want to say traditional. Every Five Ordeals scenario I've been in does this a lot. I mentioned it, I think, earlier, where you see this square in front of us on the ground. This is something the first 3 Wizardry games did not do. I haven't played enough of 5, 6, or 7 to know if they did this. 8 definitely does not do it. This basically, it could be a set of stairs, but in this scenario, it's probably a boss monster. So that is, to me, very interesting. Oh, man. That this is such a consistent way they have of signaling that they're really committed to it. And I don't know if that is an aspect of the game engine. Does the game engine require this? Or is it just a convention that the scenario creators are following? And I'd love to know this. In fact, when the English translation for the scenario creator comes out, I'm looking forward to trying to make a few maps. And when I do, I hope someone will remind me to try to answer that question. All right, for maximal boss monster fun, let's get rid of our map window since we know where we are. And let's trigger the fight. When we first saw it. Is this going to be another golem? Ooh, a giant lizard. Could be a dragon. Could be a dragon. Well, what are we going to do? Let's do this very carefully. We've got 2 priests, 1 mage, and 2 samurais. We will definitely have our 2 samurais attack. I think the best thing for our priest to do is to give us some armor, although if this thing is a breath weapon, that might not help. Our second priest, have we got anything interesting? We've got this Mega Punish, 2 to 16 damage. I'm going to have them stack up some armor. Our thief will fight, and our mage will cast the best spell they've got. What's going to get a dragon? I'm going to go with this Prismatic Ray because I'm worried dragons or big lizards might resist a lot of things. All right, here we go. I'm going to go slowly too. Okay, we got our armor, and you can see our AC drops by, I think, 2 for that, or 3. Small hit. Nothing with the Prismatic Ray. Okay, we lose 2 more armor. We improve 2 more armor. Okay, and this lizard just does a melee attack. Great. We get a hit. We got some small hits. Serpent Lord. Okay. Alright, so now let's continue on with those attacks. Let's break screen. Reduce 10% of spell resistance. Doesn't sound great. Blades is wind damage. Okay, well, let's cast Blades from him, and we'll have Vasilisa cast Mega Punish. Maybe Holy Damage will work against this dude. Free Ren, what are we doing? Sure, let's increase his AC. Darkness on that group. Blades hurt him. That's good to know. Resist Mega Punish. Boy, my spells are just not doing it here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna use my blades on this dude. Hopefully he doesn't have poison. I don't know if I have a lot of, well, we're gonna try it. I'm just gonna stack up damage on him as best as I can. Since my samurais have been doing well against him, let's speed them up. And now he resisted that. Wow. Definitely chipping him away here. I was so sure that Blades was my secret. Let's silence him. If all he's going to do is bite, I feel like I could deal with that. If he has magic, that'll be a problem. Confusion, terror. Reduce breath damage. That sounds good. I'm really worried that this dude is going to breathe something. He's got a lot of hit points. At this point, this priest is running out of spells. And so I'm worried about that. I want to save that one heal in case I need it. They will parry. And my mage will continue to unload everything they've got. Thunder damage. Total terror. I seem to not be having a problem hitting them. So let's try thunder damage and see what happens. Yes! Okay, so I was very worried that this was going to... I've been terrorized, right? I have been playing... when I first jumped into this, meaning the Five Ordeals, this scenario, the tutorial scenario, the price of deception, was not available. So I did a little reading, and there are 5 scenarios that were shipped with the game. And I said, well, before I try any of these user scenarios, I'll try one of these. I'll try it. People said Traveler's Property was the easiest one. So I jumped into Traveler's Property. And this game smacked me up and down the stairs. On the first level, I killed so many party members. I was basically a corpse retrieval service for the Wizardry universe. It was very, very frustrating. And this is because I wasn't paying attention to what the name of the game was, which is the Five Ordeals, which tells you that all of the 5 built-in scenarios are a much higher level of difficulty than your average Wizardry game. I have not played all 5 of them. I've tried 2 of them at this point, plus some of these user scenarios. As I said, I think the user scenarios are where the real meat of the game is. And if you look at the forums for this game or the Discord, what you see is people going in who have bought the game, who want to try it, who do not have this kind of familiarity with the more unfair aspects of Wizardry mechanics. So even above and beyond the 5 Ordeals themselves being difficult scenarios, they're being played by people who aren't familiar with how is that difficulty going to be expressed. And so I think my sense here is the point of the Price of Deception is to be as gentle a tutorial as you can make in a Wizardry game to this, which explains why I'm having so little trouble with this, is because I'm approaching this as if it were one of those 5 ordeals. But it turns out it's okay. So let's see what happens now that we've won the battle. It's still breathing. I've mastered the teachings of Zelk. I came here to meet Lord Zelk, and he's not on this floor. Who could have foreseen this outcome? There's a mine shaft leading deeper, and now they've given us the blue wing key. We can't even get through B3. Please save Lord Zelk. The Oracle's prophecy crosses our mind. A disaster like no other awaits. A terror that surpasses even death, like a wave pushing through the depths. The floor in which Lord Zelk got lost, could that be the depths in prophecy? We can't shake this bad feeling. This is the Japanese Wizardry vibe, right? Like, within the format that was set out by these 1981 games, they actually do some really nice immersive storytelling. They're not doing, huge cutscenes or anything, at least in this Wizardry Gaiden branch of the games, but they are giving you a story. This is more story than Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord had. This is more story than Knight of Diamonds had, frankly. We got an item. That item is almost certainly that key that was discussed. Let's pop the map back on. So at this point, this was everything that I intended to do with you today. So I could cut the video here. We do still have these two rooms, one labeled bin and one labeled treasure depository, where I assume there'll be fights. Let's go check them out, and then we will declare that our journey together with the Price of Deception is over. I'm not done. I'm going to play this game, but if I tell you the truth, I'm getting a little impatient at myself. I want to play this faster. I want to go through at a faster pace, and it's hard for me to do while I talk about the game. And I get bored watching people stream and just play. So I'm probably not going to do that stream unless people beg for it. Actually, this is a good way to do it. If you really want to see me play this game, we have a live stream membership level. I will live stream it. Those live streams will be much less detailed than what I'm doing here. That's going to be me playing the game and more or less not talking. But if you want to see that, you can join the channel, get a membership at the early access and live stream level. You get access to the early release videos. In this case, I'm about a month ahead on these videos, so you'll be getting them quite early. And you'll get access to all the live streams that we do here, in addition to the live streams that I use to create my kind of labeled shows that go out to the public. All right, let's take care of this. Here's the bin. We're getting an encounter. I predict this bin is going to be the tunnel that goes to the next level. That's my guess. Oops, Venus Kiss. What happened with Venus Kiss? I have no idea what happened. Told me there was a Venus Kiss, but I literally still do not know. There's a bin. Will I search? Yes. Nothing. Ah, so if we throw things away in the maze, they might show up in the bin. So if we discard a key, that's what this is for, really. If we throw away, we can get the last 10 items we've discarded. They don't just exist in any part of the world. All right. That deserves a marker, doesn't it? Let's see. Weapons. What's a good marker for a bin? Altar? Barrel. I think a barrel is a good marker, and we will put a note there. Okay. And lastly, we've got this treasure depository. Zombies. Oh my gosh! How did my samurai die? They must have gotten poisoned and I didn't even notice it. Wow. Have they been dead for like 3 battles? I'm gonna have to go back and look at the tail of the tape. Wow. Well, you know, that's okay. That gives us one more thing to do before we call it here, which is we will go resurrect that person. So first, let's heal the paralysis here. That must have been very funny if that was happening and I wasn't even noticing. Okay. I don't have any kind of resurrection spell. Okay, so how do I get out of here? What's the fastest way out of here? Looks like just a straight shot down here. Because I realize that I have not talked about how one recovers in Wizardry. I've talked about casting healing spells, but I've never shown you, okay, so suppose a character dies, what do you do? Let's cast a few healing spells right here. Not that we have that many left. We're all healed up. All right. So one thing that you need to be aware of is you're going to take your characters to the temple. As soon as you walk out with a dead character, they're taken away to the Temple of Kant. You can then try and resurrect them. If you resurrect them, you get them back. You have to pay a lot of money, but you get them back no trouble. The problem is that if they get turned into ash, you lose everything they're holding. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to unequip everything they're holding, and I'm going to take the things that I don't want to lose, like these unidentified items. I'm going to take them off of them. Important step to know, because otherwise you can really, it can be very annoying. I think at this point I have enough money that I'm not going to stress about the other things. Rope ladder going up. Okay, and then let me just... Here we go. Suzuki is carried to the Temple of Nesta. Sorry, it's Temple of Kant in Wizardry 1, 2, and 3. Let's go to the temple. So you could choose, let's see, pool gold. How much do I have? 1,200, 1,600. Most of my gold... so it's really annoying to be carrying a lot of gold and die inside the dungeon. So that's why I've been doing this dance when I identify things with the bishop, where the bishop identifies everything. The other thing I've been doing, I have not called it out or mentioned it, is I pool all the gold and give it to the bishop, and they stay in the tavern drinking beer. And that way, if 5 of my 6 party members die, hopefully my bishop still has enough gold and hasn't spent it all on beer and can bring them back to life. So we are going to pool gold with Kurosawa. Let's try and help this character. Suzuki. Who's going to pay? It's going to take 2,000 gold pieces, so I do not have enough right now. So we're going to go... Oh, this is where it's going to be annoying, because Kurosawa, in fact, is holding... is a good character, and my bishop is evil. So I'm going to give all the gold to Benedict. Oh, wait, he has... I think I just misread how much gold I had. Try that again. Help character, Suzuki. Benedict, it's going to cost 2,000. Murmur, pray, chant, invoke. They live. So, this does not always work. There is a percentage chance that the resurrection ritual will fail. That chance is connected to their vitality, I believe. If the resurrection ritual fails, they are turned into ash. Everything they're holding, I believe, you lose as well. You can try and resurrect an ashed character. It costs even more money, and then that can fail. And if that fails, that character is gone forever, and you will never get them back. So, fortunately, we were able to recover from my carelessness, which, again, must have been very funny to have been watching. I think there is also another, I don't know if it's a hidden result or a hidden statistic, but something happens to their vitality, the character's vitality, when they are resurrected, where it gets worse each time. So then you could see here on Suzuki's character sheet at the bottom, there's this RIP 1, Marks 105. Marks is how many kills they have, and RIP is how many deaths they have. So Suzuki's now taken a death, and she'll do a little worse from now on. Hopefully won't be game breaking. Well, that is what I wanted to show you today. That's 5 episodes that we took to go through one level of Wizardry, the 5 Ordeals, the Price of Deception, floor number 3. And this is our finished map. Let me zoom out, and you can see, despite the various holes in here, we have actually, I believe, walked on every space in this map except for maybe this pit over here. I had a blast doing this. So that's how long it takes if you want. That's the other thing we're talking about here is Grid Cartographer, of course. So how long does it take if you want to map in detail using Grid Cartographer? Well, it took me about 3 to 4 hours, I would say, to do a very careful map while talking about it. Obviously, that's going to slow me down a little more. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please leave a message in the comments. I would love to be roasted for how I didn't even notice that my frontline fighter died. Tell me what happened. I'm going to go back and watch the video, but you can give it to me with both barrels too. That's fine. The channel is Tea Leaves Programming. The series is Gaming Like It's 1979. The game is Wizardry, the 5 Ordeals. Thanks for watching.